I'm Susan Johnson and Associates with eXp Realty. And this is our week number 8 here. I'm trying to find us here on the, there it is. Okay, it's week number 8 here and for the love of real estate. And I'm excited again to be with you today. I don't have a guest, it's just going to be me. So we're just going to be hanging out, kind of like we're in the living room or just hanging out at the winery or, just chatting, all of us. Hopefully you're going to hang out with me and just listen, whether you're driving in your car or you're just, at a coffee shop or whatever. We're just hanging out together. And I've got a great topic today, which is passion. So I'm excited to be with you and hopefully you're going to get a lot out of this. And, yeah, we talk a lot about passion, but I want to dig deeper because you know me, and hopefully you do know me now, and I'd like to go deep on a lot of our subjects. And this one came up yesterday. I was actually interviewed by a company yesterday. They're doing this kind of cool story. So this came up and they kept asking me more and more questions. Oh goodness, we went way, way back into my childhood. And so it was interesting. So I wanted to go ahead and talk to you all about this today, about passion and how it's just related into our successes and who we can become and who we can not only become as leaders in our own lives, but who we can influence. So, gosh, when you find a passion, it really, you will never work a day in your life when you really find something you love to do. And that's really what it comes down to. So, finding your passion, we start with our finding something with, we have a natural talent of doing, but talent, is never going to get you there. You start with a talent, but you have to actually sharpen those skills on your talent. And, I want to start by saying you've got to have some certain things that you do in your life, such as taking some risks. So think about maybe some of the things that you're doing now in either your business. This doesn't just pertain to real estate. So think about, are you happy? Are you happy in, either the business that you're in or whatever venture you're doing? Are you doing at a level that is, giving you joy, that you're actually getting the results that you want to get? And, if not, you want to start getting quiet with yourself and asking yourself some questions. Well, what is happening in your life, and what can you do differently? Maybe it's time to align yourself with some people and start asking yourself some other questions, like what other risks can I take? What other avenues can you explore? So without doing that, you'll never know. You'll never really know. So finding your passion means really trying some new things sometimes that you may not be aware of. And we can get into some habits in day-to-day routines and not really explore different opportunities. And I don't have anybody on here with me, so I'm hoping you can really sort of internalize and think about, what you're doing in and out each day. And hopefully you can wake up every day and just kind of be pumped. What do you have in store? That when you roll out of bed, you're going to go, oh my gosh, I'm excited about my day. And if you're not doing that, I really think you need to, rethink, wow, what's in front of me now? Because you can actually change that. You can change it in a minute. You can make a decision in your life to actually meet with somebody and explore opportunities. I'm amazed at how many times, and real estate agents, I'm talking to you right now because that's my world. My world is the real estate world. And, that I might talk to an agent and say, hey, I want to talk to you about an opportunity. Would you be interested in hearing about an opportunity? And they're like, oh, no. I'm happy where I am. Or I'm not saying you need to move a company or anything like that. But goodness, I want to know if you're interested in hearing about any opportunities. And people are just closed off. And I just want to put out there to you that we never know what kind of opportunities are out there until we explore them. And what's going to tap into you and other people may be very different. So finding passion is really important because, and I don't want to ramble on. I hope I'm not rambling on. I really hope I'm speaking to you because I want to be able to tap in to something that you can think about and internalize, especially if you're leading not only yourself, but other people. Even in your own family, when you're with your own children, for example, something that if they're not sure in the direction they're going, we lead our children, and we want to find, sometimes they think they may need to go a certain direction, and they're not sure which direction they want to go into, and all we can guide them in is to try to find something that's right for them, to follow their passions. I have a story, and I'm going to go with this story because I think, again, I was interviewed yesterday. This is what brought us to this point today. I think being around people and surrounding yourself with the right influence is huge. I'm very authentic. Those of you who know me, hopefully you'll know me well and know that I share strengths and I share weaknesses, or not weaknesses, but challenges, I guess you can say, very, very freely and openly, because I feel that that's just me. So I will tell you that I did not come from a very wealthy background at all. In fact, family of divorce and all that kind of stuff, very hard childhood. In fact, I grew up back, my two older sisters and my younger brother and I, we actually all shared one bedroom growing up down in San Diego. And I didn't intend to share this story today, but I will. We shared one bedroom growing up, and we were down by the border of Mexico. I'm going to share the story. I didn't intend to, but I'm going to. And in high school, I was very fortunate to surround myself with a wonderful, wonderful group of friends. And I'm glad I did, because I had a choice that I was asked to bring people across the border illegally in my car, or I had my group of friends who were like, you better not do that. And thankfully, obviously, I chose not to do that. But I had an influence of great people. And those people instead were influencing me to be in leadership. So they said, gosh, you need to run for, I was a freshman in high school, you need to run for freshman class vice president. So I ran for freshman class vice president, and I won freshman class vice president. And the freshman class vice president then said, or the freshman class president backed out or flaked out or whatever. And I then became freshman class president. And then I went on to sophomore class president and junior and senior class president. So I had no idea that was going to ever happen. And I'm sharing this story because it wasn't so much me, it was what happened with the people that I surrounded myself with that encouraged me to do that. So passion played way back when in my life with who I surrounded myself with. So I became very passionate about leadership way back when in those days. And I didn't really kind of connect all that so much. So, so then the story goes on. So I want you to be starting to internalize some of my stories to your own, please, in this episode today. When it came time to college, I was not much of a student. Remember, I didn't come from a real academic family. I was not much into academics, but all of my fellow friends and the people I surrounded myself with were all applying to colleges, UCLA, USC, University of Laverne, all these colleges they were applying to. And of course, I wasn't planning to go to college. I didn't have any finances or anything. I didn't come from a family that could put me to college. So what was I going to do? And I felt like I kind of had to go to college because my influence and my sphere of people were all going to college. So what did I do? I went to the Cal State Fullerton, and I had a passion, though, to try anyway and talk to Cal State Fullerton. And I actually got in on something called an EOP program, the Educational Opportunity Program. I don't know if any of you have ever heard that. But an Educational Opportunity Program is for low income and actually minority programs. Some of you may have heard of it, but it was a wonderful, wonderful program if you haven't heard of it. EOP is how I got into college at Cal State Fullerton back in 1982. That's how I got my college education started. And I thank God today for the sphere of influence of the people I surrounded myself. So I bring these stories up. I'm completely off my script. Anyway, it goes back again, passion, the people you surround yourself, and finding a passion to grow and a passion of leadership. And I got into, again, leading and being the high school president for 4 years, and getting into college because of the people I surrounded myself with, and then eventually getting into real estate years later. And for some reason, as I grew, I just always made sure this drive inside always gave me the passion to continue to drive and grow. So talent, I think, was there. I think I've always had this talent, but talent doesn't happen and doesn't grow by itself. It's never enough to really reach our potential. Talent's just not going to be enough. Opportunity is your next thing that's going to happen. Opportunity might come along in your life. Okay, so pay attention, put your antennas up, and think about times in your life when opportunity might come your way. Okay, opportunity might flow to you, and if you can really be abundant and kind of have an abundant mindset, remember, everything's going to play together for you. Have an abundant mindset. Opportunities are going to come to you if you align yourself with great people, and you're very passionate, and you're high energy, and you're talented. Opportunities will come to you. However, opportunity is not even enough either, because guess what? Many people won't even walk through the door of opportunity. They'll close the door. Once again, I can't tell you how many times I've talked to other agents, and I'll say, gosh, I've got some opportunities I'd like to talk to you about. Oh, no, I'm happy where I'm at. I don't even know if it's right for you. I just was going to share with you some opportunities. It may or may not be right for you, and either way is okay. Opportunity. And sometimes it's a fit and sometimes it's not a fit. But opportunity, I would never have known about opportunities that have come. I had not explored the opportunity. So think about that. Opportunity, opportunities may come your way, and you may shut the door before you ever explore them because you may be too closed-minded, or you may think, I'm happy where I'm at, and agents, I'm not just talking about moving companies. So just think about this in a broader perspective. That is one thing sometimes, because sometimes you got to look at where you're at and who's helping you and what's going on there. But the other thing is really the journey you're on and your growth personally, professionally, and then what opportunities are going to allow you to actually extend that growth. So opportunity, is never going to get us to the top just by itself. You've got to walk through the door, and you've got to be able to sustain the journey. So if you get an opportunity that comes your way, take a good look at it, explore the opportunity, do your due diligence, do due diligence with it, talk to people and really explore opportunities and see if things are a good fit for you. Also, you need to have enough passion within inside of you and energy. How's your energy level? How's your fitness level? How are you taking care of yourself? I hope I'm not talking too fast, but I hope I'm tapping into you. I hope you're really, taking time for yourself as real estate agents and brokers, and even if you're a business owner, I know there's a lot of business owners, or even a mom or a dad. We give so much to others that we very seldom stop and internalize and think about re-energizing and plugging in and refilling our own emotional and physical bank accounts, if you will. And that's what this is about, that passion, that energy to turn around and give back to others. And that's hugely, hugely important. Whatever that takes, you've got to have the passion and the energy to sustain the journey. So talent, opportunity. The next one is knowledge. You can be smart as can be. You can have credentials beyond credentials. You can have, degrees upon degrees, and they may not mean anything, quite frankly. I can be very impressed when somebody has a doctorate and all that kind of thing, but not always. I got to tell you, there's a lot to be said for street smarts as well. So, I don't want to make any enemies here, because I do have a lot of respect for people who have sustained and have earned some very solid degrees. And yet I don't, I also have an immense respect for people who have not earned a degree and who have actually earned years upon years of being out there in the world and have had the hard knocks and have actually built tremendous businesses and, lives with, hard-earned, experience. And I think there's a lot to be said for both. So I think we have to really take that into consideration. So just being smart really doesn't make somebody a leader. And we all are leaders in our own way. We lead our own lives, we lead our families, and we are influencers. And we need to really think about, how we're influencing, our own lives and how we influence others. So digest all that, what I'm talking about here, and think about a team, think about, your team. Do we have teams? We sure do. Do we have, actually we have teams in our families. Our family is a team. How are we operating with our spouse, our significant other? How are we operating, with our children? I talk weekly about the behavioral disc, and I was going to do that this week, but I looked at my slide. I'm like, gosh, that's such a great class and a course. I really have a hard time teaching that over a Zoom, because when I teach my disc, I do the beads, I do such an interactive disc class. It's just, I just can't seem to give that over a Zoom quite yet. But my whole family has done that. We understand the behavioral styles of each other. So I highly encourage you as a family to go on to anthonyrobbins.com and take your behavioral disc so you understand each other and the dynamics of each other's behavioral style. But as a team, we could actually fall short as a team, because, if the leader of the team lacks any passion, okay, if the leader of your team is lacking passion, the team's going to fall short. Think about that. Think about whatever team you're with. And now we're talking business. If you're on a team that in your business, and or if you're, let's talk agents. If you're at a company, and you're in a brokerage, and you're just kind of a lone soldier, and you don't really have much support, and you're just sort of feel like you're on an island by yourself, and you're just not feeling any real passion from any leadership. Everything rises and falls on leadership, folks. Everything rises and falls on leadership. And if your team is not prospering and growing, look to the leader. And I say that, when my team, if they're not prospering and growing, I take it personally. All right. And my team is probably watching this right now, so they know. Now, obviously, there will be accountability there too. So that's why we look at things on their team. We say, and I do coaching and I consult with them, and we just met on Tuesday, and there's things that they work on to sharpen skills and build build the muscles of making sure that they know and they understand what to do, that they are comfortable and they're confident in what and how to do their businesses, so that they feel good and they know what to do. But then I can help bring them in and make them strong, so that they're passionate, and I feel and understand their passion. But I can't teach that to them. Okay, you can't teach. You either have that passion or you don't. Identify that. And if you're not in the right field, and whether that's real estate or plumbing or electrician or whatever you're doing, whatever you do, sales, anything, if you're not in that right field, find something else, because it's all, goodness, if COVID hasn't taught us anything, good grief, this is your time to start internalizing and thinking about what's important, what's really, really important, to find a way, find something that you really love. So I'm going to kind of reduce something else. I'm going to shift a little bit here. So what does it really take, like I said, for a leader to succeed? And obviously I just said passion really makes the difference. As I mentioned yesterday, I was interviewed, and they asked me that question. They said, think back to the beginning now of my career. They said, what was it that what was some of the things that I recognized, and I said, gosh, and I wrote these, so many things down. I said, I recognize that some of the things I said, gosh, I believe things I would not have believed. I would never have believed that if you would have told me I would have done these things, I would never have believed that could have happened. So for example, now when I meet with agents, some of the things I ask them is, and I'll do an exercise, and this has to, again, all this draws with passion, and also it draws with limiting beliefs. I might do an exercise and I'll say, okay, let me ask you, if you were to earn an X amount of money for your family in the next 12 months, what would that do for your family? And that will tell me. Okay. And it's interesting. They would say a certain figure, and then I would say, now double it, and then double it. And they're like, I can't even imagine that. And they're like, well, money isn't important. Yes, it's not about the money. It's about what the money will do for your families, because folks, when you find your passion and you do what you love, money will follow. Okay. So this is what the question was to me yesterday. I said, I couldn't even imagine what was going to happen when I actually started following my passion. Am I touching to any of you? I hope I am. I hope I'm not just rambling on, because, people would have talked to me this way. I might have shut it down. I might have shut the conversation down. And I really hope that I'm not with you today. I really hope that I'm touching on some of you. Am I attempting things that I would never have attempted? When I did the skydive, many of you have heard that story now. When I did the skydive, which I never would have done the skydive, but my God, when I did the skydive, it opened up. It was a pattern interrupt right then, right now, to open up things I never did in my life before. It made me do and take new risks I never took. It took me to a whole new level in my life and take new chances. And, of course, it opened up new opportunities to new travel and meeting new people. I've met people across the country now. I'm taking new risks, motivating others. Leading people. So I encourage you to follow a passion and take those risks. There's a gut instinct we all have, and sometimes it's fearful to follow it. God, I know that, you guys, I know it. And if you ever want to call me or private message me, Susan Johnson and Associates, I'm on Facebook. Hopefully you're on there right now, but it's fun. I love having these conversations. And if you're afraid to take those actions, please reach out to me, because I would love to encourage you. I was afraid, just like you. I mean, gosh, but what do you have to lose? Seriously, we have one life to live. And if you fall, get up, okay? Follow your passion, you guys. Come on. Don't be babies. Let's do it. Let's make it fun. And you know what? I have fallen, all right? I have gotten up. Who cares? I'm 56 now. I'm not afraid to say it. I still teach classes at LA Fitness. I stay in the best shape I can. I try to keep the energy. You can do it too. I still have a long ways to go, and I've got great people surrounding. I'm still not at the level I want to be at, but I'm surrounded by wonderful, wonderful people. I help great agents every day grow their businesses, and people are helping me too. So if you are an agent too, by the way, that are still wanting to continue to grow, we have a wonderful collaborative group that we are working with. I've got my team, but I also have a collaborative group of agents that are solo agents that we work with to help grow our businesses. So please reach out to me. You can private message if you want to help and join us, and we can help grow your business as well. But this message today is really just for anybody, to encourage you to follow your passion, follow your dreams. I want to actually, I don't know if she's on here, my daughter, Taylor Johnson, is following her passion and her dream. She's 22 years old. She just got accepted to the College of Idaho. She's been following her passion for a tennis scholarship and a nursing program for the College of Idaho, and she just got the acceptance letter this week. We are going out there next week. So she is one that I just want to congratulate her again. That's my daughter, Taylor, and I'm very proud of her. So, hey, you guys, you have a great day. And for the love of real estate, follow your passion. I'm Susan Johnson and Associates, and EXP Realty. Private message me if you ever want to get together, talk real estate, or call me 951-667-0737. I also have a For Their Love of Real Estate Facebook page. And I think that's it for now. Have a great day. Bye.